Stef here with the third and final workout plan of my Y.E.S fitness program. You're going to do each of the 3 workouts every week for 8 weeks, and you'll be feeling just as the name implies, younger, more energized, and stronger. Once again, you're going to need your resistance bands and a way to mount them somewhere at mid-height. You can see I have a wrap right on this pole. That's where I'm going to be working. Anywhere between like your shoulders and your waist is about where you want to mount your resistance bands. Before we head into the part 2 of this video, which is the follow along workout where you and I are going to do this workout together, here's a quick preview of the exercises you're going to be doing. Exercise 1 is a narrow squat with a big side step. For exercise 2, you'll do resistance band chest fly. Exercise 3 is tricep kickbacks with alternating lungebacks. Exercise 4 is a resistance bands bent row. For exercise 5, you'll be doing body weight alternating side lunges. Exercise 6 is a shoulder front raise while holding a split squat. And exercise 7 is a balance challenge. You're going to do high knee, heel to toe walks forward and backwards. And with that, let's jump into part 2 and start our workout. Let's jump right in by supersetting the first 2 exercises, squats and chest flies. For the squats, set your feet so they're either shoulder width or even narrower. We're going to be doing a squat followed by a big side step to complete 1 repetition. So 10 squats followed by a side step total. You're going to squat by driving your hips back and keeping your weight on your heels. And then once you come back up from your squat, you're taking that big step to the side. The step in there just allows for some extra movement training and will get your hips warmed up for the rest of the workout. Do make sure you're getting low on your squats, but only go as far as you comfortably can while still keeping a neutral spine. So if you feel your back starting to round, don't go any lower. And now that you're done with your first set of squats, move over to your resistance band setup for your chest flies. You might need to try out various bands to find the right tension, but once you do have your band, thread it through your anchor, making sure your anchor is anywhere from shoulder to chest height, and then step out from the anchor with your arms in a T. Perform chest flies by exhaling as you bring the handles together. And you'll notice I'm in a split stance here. We're going to do 5 flies with the right leg forward and then finish the set with the left leg forward. You want to exhale each time you're bringing the handles together because remember, you're always exhaling with the effort. And on this exercise, the effort is as you're closing the handles. Also do make sure that your core remains tight and you're nice and solid in your stance there. There's no body movement besides your arms. And you just saw me switch legs there. That means we have 5 repetitions left from there. And that forward leg is just to help you hold your balance as you do this move. And there we are. That is our last repetition. Nice job. And we are back around to our narrow squats. So once again, you're setting yourself up with your feet shoulder width or a little bit narrower, core tight, and there we go. You're lunging by driving your hips back, and then you're taking that giant step to the side, and then repeating that for 10 repetitions. The exhale here is as you're rising back up from your squat. So try to get your exhale in kind of right there at the bottom, and then come back up with your exhale. Again, you're trying to squat as low as you can, but you're trying not to compromise your neutral spine in any way. You don't want to have any rounding of your back. Keep going until you've done all 10 repetitions. And look at that, you've already knocked out your squats. Great job, done with that exercise. So we're back on for a second and final set of chest flies. You're grabbing those handles in a neutral grip, stepping out from your anchor, getting 1 leg forward, and you're gonna exhale and close the handles nice and slow. Continue just like that for 5 repetitions, and then you're gonna switch your feet. Check in with your core, make sure it's nice and tight, and check in with your body and make sure you're not having any movement, just your arms. Everything else is solid and not moving. We're switching our feet here, and we've got 5 more left. Keep going just like that. If it doesn't feel hard, make sure you're walking out a little farther too. And here we go. That's our last one right there. Nice job, everybody. We are done with our first superset, and we are moving on to our second superset. This time we're going to be doing tricep kickbacks and bent pulls. We're starting with the tricep kickbacks. And on this one, I like to use a really light band. So I'm using the lightest one I have in my kit, which in my kit is the yellow. We're not going to use any handles. Stepping back from our anchor, we're going to be facing the anchor, driving one leg back as we lunge as we're doing our tricep kickback. So you're alternating legs here, just like I am, and we're going nice and slow so we have good control on this movement. Every time you step back, you do your lunge back, you are straightening your arms, and that's where your exhale is too, right on the straighten. So continue alternating legs until you've done all 10 reps, and just like that, we've already knocked that one out. That's a quick one. So next, we're going to superset that with bent pulls. And for this, you're going to need a harder band. So make sure you get yourself set up with whatever band is appropriate for you on these. Once you have your handles attached, you're going to step away from your anchor facing it, holding both handles, and you're going to hinge your hips backwards, just like I'm doing here. And then you're going to exhale and pull, using an overhand grip, which means your palms are facing down. You're driving your elbows back, and each time you do, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together at the back. Right there, make sure you get a really nice squeeze at the back. Holding your body steady, just like that, with soft knees. You're in control, and you're going to keep going just like that through all 10 repetitions. Here's our last one right there. Great job. First set of bent pulls done. So now we're back to our tricep kickbacks. This will be our second and final set of these. So back to your easier band. No handles needed for this one. Step back from your anchor till you have tension on the bands, and then begin doing your kickbacks by alternating your lunge back each time you do a kickback. Really want to squeeze through your triceps on this one each time you lunge back. Exhaling with the lunge back, getting your arms straight. Keep going until you've done all 10 repetitions. And here we go. This is our last one. Nice job. You are done with your tricep kickbacks. Back to the bent pulls. This is our second and final set of these. You're using your harder band this time with the handles attached, stepping away from your anchor until there's tension on the band, hinging your hips, starting your exhale, and then doing your pulls. Remember to squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're driving your elbows back behind you, and you're going nice and slow on these. Continue until you've done all 10 repetitions. And here's your last bent pull. Great job. We are totally done with that superset. We're moving on to the next one, doing alternating side lunges this time, along with front raises in a split squat. We're jumping right into the alternating side lunges. So you're going to just start with your feet together, and then you're taking a big side lunge to the left, and then one to the right. And that completes one repetition. You got to go each way to count it as one repetition in this exercise. You want to make sure you have really good posture here when you're coming together. So your core is tight, your chest is up, your neck is long, and then you're taking as big of a step as is comfortably possible for you, ensuring that your toe is turned out and aligned with your knee as you step. If this bothers your knees at all, don't do it. Otherwise, you can try doing it without the knee bend. So just take a side step without doing so much knee bending. That can work too. Continue doing all your repetitions on this one. You'll notice this one gets really cardio. Your heart rate's going to get up on this one. And that's one of the things I love about this exercise. It's both strengthening and cardio. Here's our last repetition, and great job. Already done with that. We're moving on to our front raises in a split stance. And for this one, you're going to need a light resistance band and potentially something to hold on to. And that's what I'm demonstrating right here. Put the band under your outer foot, the foot that's away from whatever you're holding on to. And you're going to hold it in that same hand in a neutral grip. And then with a straight arm, you're just lifting the band slowly up and down. You want to make sure there's enough tension on the band so it is challenging for you. So if it feels too easy, stop and readjust and make the band a little bit tighter. Or opposite too, if it's too hard, adjust so there's a little more, so the band's a little looser for you. And notice how my body isn't moving at all, just the arm. We're done with 10 on that side, so let's switch to the other side. Same thing, you know what you're doing now. The band goes under your foot. You're in a split stance. You're holding that split stance as you slowly raise and lower your straight arm. Chest is up, core is tight, body isn't moving, just your arm is moving. Continue until you've done all 10 reps. And there you go. Great job. That was 10 on each side. So we're back to set 2 of the alternating side lunges. So again, starting with good posture, feet together, lunge to the left, come together, and then lunge to the right. Making sure you're doing these with a tight core, good posture, long arms, and then challenging yourself to bend your knee as much as you can so you're really loading up your leg muscles. And continue just like that until you've done all 10 repetitions. And remember, repetitions on this mean you have to do 2 lunges technically. So you're doing 1 to the left and 1 to the right to complete 1 repetition. And just finishing up with these side lunges. There we go. Great job on those. We are back to our second set of the front raises in the split stance. So again, stand on the band with one foot. Hold on if you need to. Get in your split stance. And keep your arms straight as you raise the band up and slowly lower. Continue doing 10 repetitions just like that. There's our last one on that side. Great job. We just got to do the other leg. So again, step on the band. You know it at this point. Get your posture up. You're in your split stance, holding on if you need to, and then begin doing your raises. This arm motion you're doing here, this is working your anterior deltoid, which is the front of your shoulder. And it's important to work our shoulders. That helps us with injury prevention. But that's not all that's going on with this exercise. Your whole body is having to stabilize here. And that's really important for our movement efficiency overall. We've got one more repetition here, and that's it. You are now officially done with all 3 supersets. 6 of your exercises. We just got the last balance exercise. We're doing high knee, heel toe balances, which basically just means you're going to be in a heel toe stance. You're lifting your knee high and you're replacing your foot in front of the other one. Doing 10 steps total to the front, and then you're going to do 10 steps to the back. You want to make sure your core is really tight and you have good posture with these. So your chest is up and your neck is long, and you want to go really slow because slower is actually harder on these. And you've done all 10 forward, so you're going backwards now. This is really challenging going backwards. If you need, you can hold on. Do these in a hallway so you can hold on to a wall to help keep you safe. Safety first. And you can just challenge yourself by just holding onto the wall really lightly. And there you go. Great job. That is your first set of the high knee, heel toe balances. So shake out your legs a little and just clear your mind for a moment. We're going to finish with your second set. Again, you're setting yourself up with good posture before you start, and you're lifting your knees high. You're staying on your line, and you're getting one heel right in front of that other toe, holding on if you need to. Balance is such an important skill to continue working on, especially as we're aging. So you'll see it in a lot of my workouts. I like to throw in balance challenges pretty frequently. And heel toe balances like this one are some of my favorites. So keep going until you're all done with your 10 repetitions. And just like that, you are officially done with this workout. Great job sticking with me all the way through the end. Remember, there's also workout 1 and workout 2. Make sure you're doing 3 workouts each week. And with that, you're going to be feeling younger and more energized and stronger in no time. Keep working on you because you are so very worth it. See you on the road, friends.